This week on Alaska's Fishing Paradise.
Never go fishing with expectations. That's my motto.
Oh, that's a keeper. That's a keeper.
That's great.
Scared me to death.
Alaska's Fishing Paradise is brought to you by Whalers Cove Wilderness and Sports Fishing Lodge. The docks of Whalers Cove are full of activity as guests arrive with their luggage and depart with fresh fish from their adventures on the Great Pacific Ocean. A guest's fresh catch is cleaned and cut to their specifications, commercially vacuum packed, and placed in wet lock boxes that are insulated and airline approved. Each box can hold up to 50 pounds. First-time guests of Whalers Cove, John and Lynn Armstrong, invited their friends Mark and Nina Broder to join them on a fishing adventure that promises great scenery and relaxation.
John and Lynn invited my wife and I to come, and I'm loving it so far. I haven't been out fishing yet, but everything else is first class, beautiful.
Well, what we're looking forward to today is a great day of fishing on a beautiful place and catching a ton of fish.
The new arrivals join Captain Jim Byrne aboard the 32-foot Jill. John's wife Lynn decides to stay behind at the lodge and catch up on some much-needed rest and relaxation. As the group heads out, they plan to start their day by catching fresh herring that will be used as bait while salmon fishing off Danger Point. On the way, they spot a group of Dall's porpoises surfacing in the distance. Dalls are often found in parts of the Pacific Ocean that have high concentrations of schooling fish, such as herring and mackerel. After catching the fresh bait, they head out to Danger Point to fish for halibut. Captain Byrne drops anchor and starts baiting the group's lines.
Good.
But before
Well,
he
might
can
be a
bait
turbot,
Mark's
we'll see.
line, Mark lands the first fish of the day,
Hey, there's a cod.
a Pacific cod, using only a lure and no live bait.
Never go fishing with expectations. That's my motto. We take it all as it comes.
Still there? Yeah, there is. There's a halibut. Rod's pumping. Liking it.
John is next to set the hook and pulls the first halibut of the day to the boat.
Got it. Okay, we'll rest from that, drink some water.
Mark then follows suit and lands an arrow-toothed flounder, a fish commonly mistaken as a halibut.
Honestly, that's good bait. Get maybe the rod back. Shake this one.
Fun and tasty. That's what we're looking for.
Cod? There you go. Want to take him? You want to put him in the box?
I don't know. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, might as well. He's not a bad one. Okay. Oh, you'll have plenty of fish then.
I don't think that pleased me very much. You put it back in the holder?
Yeah, go ahead. Good eating fish.
Well, the link looks like a true cod, maybe.
Oh, what you have? That's a true cod.
Yeah, it's a nice sizable fish.
Yeah. Fish tacos. But whoever gets the next halibut, and then we can go and,
Oh, don't worry.
we already know who's gonna do that, right?
Yeah, probably my luck.
So how's your wife doing? Right
She's doing great. She's having a good time. She already got a fish on. A little test.
she's
What day did you sleep with around here? Oh, is he up?
Yeah.
No, I think we're gonna go anything, you know.
It was a pretty nice day, except my wife was with me. And, you know, I mean, she's kind of a pain, and she caught a lot of fish, and she's being pretty bad about this. It's not a really good sport, Lissa.
Well, somebody has to teach him, you know. He's just kept catching all these little tiny fish, and, you know, we just had. I offered him my rod. He said no, he's just going to stick with his rod, but maybe tomorrow we'll catch some bigger fish.
Coming up on Alaska's Fishing Paradise, Lynn reunites with the group, and Nina sets the hook on a salmon that doesn't plan on coming in without a fight. Welcome back to Alaska's Fishing Paradise. Aboard the Jill, Lynn Armstrong has rejoined the rest of the group to try trolling for salmon. Before we get back to the action, let's take a moment to hear from Whalers Cove deckhand Brittany Alsop on this week's segment of Straight Talk.
So for this segment of Straight Talk, we're going to be talking about reel maintenance. So we start off with the clicker button here. And the clicker is, if you were to set your rod in the holder and a big fish would get on, you could hear it click. And so we put some oil right here. And I work it back and forth. Then we move over here, and there's some buttons. This button is for the strike. So if you were to get a big fish or something accidental like a whale, which we had a hookup one time, you could move it up here and it would just make it so that the line couldn't strip out. And then this is for free spool. We just want to work it into the cracks. Then over here, this is the drag. So where it moves up and down to go from free spool and the drag button. Then right here, these reels are accurate reels, and they're 2-speed. High gear is kind of harder to reel, but it's a lot faster. And low gear is easier but slower. And this is the button that puts it into high gear, and that puts it into low gear. And you just want to work that back and forth. Then we want to put some oil right here on the reel and in here. And spin it around. How you do the reel maintenance, and which is very important to keep your equipment in good conditions that it'll last a lifetime.
On the way to the dock, Lynn spots a variety of sea stars that came to shore with the tide the night before. They enjoy their magnificent beauty before heading out for the day.
There's like a neon one over here.
Cool.
We got one at 30 feet right now, and then we're gonna probably take it down to about 80. So we'll be fishing about 35 and 80 feet deep. Oh, you got a ball.
How did that feel?
That's great. It's gonna go back and live another day.
Nice.
Coming up on Alaska's Fishing Paradise, Mark sets his hook and settles in for a lively fight.
Oh, that's a keeper. That's a keeper. Let him run. Let him run. That's a good one. That's a dandy.
Welcome back to Alaska's Fishing Paradise. Captain Byrne has our guests on a school of salmon that gets the rods and reels screaming. John Armstrong is first up and reels in what turns out to be a Shaker King, which is a king salmon that falls short of the minimum legal length of 28 inches. Mark grabs the next bite and sinks his hook into a Keeper King. Alaska's state fish, the coveted king salmon, is by far the most desired salmon Alaska has to offer. Fishermen love the fight put up by kings. They're very lively to pull in. They're the largest and scarcest of the 5 species of Alaskan salmon, bearing the highest amounts of omega-3 oils. Because of their high oil content, they're considered to be the richest salmon in the world.
That's a beautiful fish.
15. Yeah, he came in and bit it and then took off and got hooked, you know, probably got ahead of the board and then the thing came and hooked him in the head.
Well, I saw it.
Or this hook came out, you know, that other hook probably slapped him in the head.
It's almost like a stinger, that second hook.
It is.
Yeah.
Another bite comes right on the heels of Mark's Keeper King.
Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. I gotta get this. Let him go. That's a good keeper. Watch your head, hon. Silver. Silver salmon.
Nina brings in a big silver salmon, also known as a coho. It puts her back in the running with Mark as this husband and wife team continue to battle it out. Lynn sets the hook on her very first catch.
Nice and easy, Lynn. Keep it back there. That one might, no. I'm gonna open this.
And the bites keep coming as John reels in a rockfish. Nina gets another bite, and this time gets Mark's attention as she pulls in an unexpected surprise, an Alaskan halibut.
Good job, Nina.
That's a good fish.
Nice job, buddy.
It isn't long, and Mark
Just
answers.
want to make sure we're not drifting. We've moved quite a bit.
What do you think, Joe?
Just bring him back over here. I'm gonna put the shark hook in him. A little bit. Yeah, just keep it tight. Put that right on his nose.
The impressive halibut just makes the legal size limit at 45 inches and weighs approximately 43 pounds. A catch Mark won't soon forget.
We're out of here. Let's take a look.
We're out of here.
Today was a highlight day. that's for sure.
First day for me, really fishing seriously. Although I've never thought I'd really enjoy it that much, but I certainly have. It's great.
So the hook's
Great
been set.
scene.
That's what you're saying.
Hook's been set. Jim was a great guide, and it was a lot of fun.
We like Captain Jim.
You know, this place is unbelievable. You know, it's very focused on taking care of their customers, and they treat you like a friend, not so much like a customer. And, I mean, it's like being at a nice hotel, but being in an unbelievably beautiful setting, and the food and stuff is great. Like I said, the people are, you know, very, very nice. That means a lot to me. You know, when you go someplace and people make you feel welcome, and they're professional, but they're not stuffy. You know, they're just nice people, and it's more than I expected.
Coming up on Alaska's Fishing Paradise, Jim Packett brings his grandson Tyler along for his first taste of Alaska, Whalers Cove style. Alaska's Fishing Paradise is brought to you by Whalers Cove Wilderness and Sports Fishing Lodge. Welcome back to Alaska's Fishing Paradise. California natives Tenny Tucker and Jim Packett are back for another trip to Alaska. But this time, Jim has brought his youngest grandson, Tyler Haig, along to pass on the annual fishing traditions of Whalers Cove.
Been coming here for 12 years, and yeah, and I love it. It's just a good trip every year.
This is my 6th year here at Whalers. I was invited up 6 years ago and really enjoyed the experience and love the atmosphere here. I've been back every year since. Tyler, this is his first year, and hopefully many more. I think he's having a good time too.
Tyler and Tenny get to troll for salmon by setting downriggers to a specified depth. The key to this is finding the depth the fish are at. This can be anywhere from 35 to 100 feet, depending on several key elements.
This trip I brought my grandson up. He's really having a very good time, and I think he'll probably remember this for a long time to come.
There it is. Fish on! Oh, fish. We got another one on. There's one more on the other side. There we go, nice silver. Tyler, we got a silver.
We caught some nice kings and a few coho. Yeah, so it was a good day overall.
Oh no. This is a king, we gotta measure it. Yep, 30 inches.
Keeper?
Yeah, keeper king.
There's Grandpa's fish. That's the biggest fish I've caught today right there. His whole goal in life is to catch a bigger fish than Grandpa, you know. And he did that today.
Jim scores big with a beautiful yellow eye rockfish. Yellow eye rockfish can live to be over 100 years old, with the oldest known to be aged at 121 years.
Take a picture of the fisherman too, huh? Scared me to death.
Quillback.
Quillbacks get their name from the sharp, venomous quills or spines on the dorsal fin. At the base of the spines are venomous glands, which excrete poison into the spines. The stinging spines protect the quillback from predators.
The best part of the outing today, I would say, is halibut fishing. I just like halibut fishing because you never know what you're going to catch from the bottom. Could be a rock cod, could be halibut, turbot. but you never know, so that's what I like the most about it.
The guys decide to call it a day and head back into Whalers Cove with their catch. Another successful day of fishing the Great Pacific Ocean.
No, you signed for the other one.
As Tyler and Grandpa Jim look back on the day's highlights, let's take a moment and see what Chef Jack Wentz is cooking on this week's Chef's Corner.
Welcome to Chef's Corner. I'm Chef Jack Wentz, and today we're going to take you through one of my personal favorites, bacon-wrapped halibut. We want to start by seasoning our halibut with a little of our seasoning mix. And we want to take our halibut, we want to add a red jalapeno pepper, and we want to wrap it with apple smoked bacon. We'll use a toothpick to hold it together. Now that we have our halibut bites put together, we're going to brush it with a little bit of glaze. This glaze is a mixture of barbecue sauce, raspberry, and chipotle peppers. We want to brush it on real nice. And now it's time to put them in the oven. I'm going to put these in a 325-degree oven for about 15 minutes. Now that our halibut bites are ready, first off we want to take the toothpick out and arrange them on the plate. And we want to finish it with our raspberry chipotle glaze. And there we have it, folks, bacon-wrapped halibut.
We like you, so like us on our Facebook page. And be sure to visit our website at whalerscovelodge.com.